نويفاد محمود توهو وانكم موسناي مقعها هجيرو صوتا 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 مقدل نويفاد محمود توهو وانكم موسناي مقعها هجيرو ورو 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 مدحيو أذان مملكو دورني محمود عذو ومعيهم بالشذا مدحيو أذان مملكو دورني محمود عذو ومعيهم بالشذا
Honorable Dr. Mohamud Sheikh Oomar, famously known as Dr. Oomar, has made significant progress as Wajir South Member of Parliament since his election. In this special report, we will look at the MP's performance and biggest achievement since he took office in August 2017. In 4.5 years, Dr. Oomar has succeeded in getting over 15,000 people fingerprints of the database of the United Nations Refugee Agency. The lawmaker said he had put a lot of effort into the matter, a fact confirmed and acknowledged by former Kenya Deputy Minister for the Interior Ministry Hussein Dado.
Mheshimiwa Oomar Dahi at least ananiacha kwa ofisi, huyu ananifuata mpaka kwangu nyumbani. Tafadhali, hata kama ndege mimi nitalipa, twende upeane ya kwangu, Wajir si nyingi, lakini hii process lazima iende polepole. Mheshimiwa, si sasa nitalala vizuri kwangu.
The last 4 years, the development that I have put in Wajir South were quite remarkable. Very important examples about the double registration of persons of Kenyan origin that were unable to stay in their homes simply because of the droughts, the historical factors that resulted in them being registered as refugees and in that process losing their Kenyan citizenship has been quite painful. That over those years there has been drought, and that drought has resulted that people move to refugee camps for food, for shelter and for livelihood. And therefore over the 30 years that they have been in the refugee camp, they were people who were unable to utilize the Kenyan facilities simply because they did not have identification cards. They did not have birthrights, and therefore we have restored their birthrights. Over 15,000 people have been supported and their database cleared from the refugee camps, and now they are prominent Kenyans, and they are Kenyans who can be able to get their services as they required, and therefore they have achieved their birthrights. That is with the help of the president, and that is why we decided to support the current government by all means. These are some of the most important steps President Uhuru Kenyatta has worked with us, and that is where we are. That is not enough. The most important and essential thing for them is that they can go for education, they can go for employment, and they can go and travel freely within the country. Historically, 30 years being in the refugee camp in itself is a psychological pressure, an issue that has really resulted in many psychological sequelae.
In the field of education, Dr. Oomar has made significant strides in the education sector in Wajir South. He spent over 130 million Kenya shillings on bursary alone. The MP also built new facilities as well as renovating old ones. He also played a key role in the reconstruction, renovation, and also equipping of the Biamado Technical College.
Wajir South comprises of close to 300,000 population. That 300,000 population definitely require education. They require progress in their lives, and therefore we were able to contribute 130 million shillings for bursary, close to that, including this year. We were able to contribute as well about seven new secondary schools. That's Lehele Girls Secondary School, Ibrahim Uri, that has been registered and we are building now. Burdet Secondary School, which we have established in, as a state-of-the-art secondary school right now. Lagbokol Secondary School, that we are establishing as well. We have already registered and we've started developing. We are starting to develop right now as we speak. Majesa Secondary School, as we speak, we are working on it as well. Sarif Secondary School, as we are working on it, and Sheikh Oomar Secondary School, that is in Dagahle as well, which is the state-of-the-art secondary school. But that is 7 secondary schools over 4 years. 10 secondary schools were established for over 50 years, over the past 50 years. Yet, during our tenure, we have established 7. So it means within 4 years, we were able to establish 7 secondary schools, while over 50 years, only 10 secondary schools were established. That is a progress that we have actually tenfolded, or we have gotten secondary schools tenfold. That is how we can calculate that. Therefore, here is where we are in education. The performance of our secondary schools has really gone higher and up, in the sense that one of the best secondary schools, it was Abakore Secondary School, as you know, in the northern region, in the entire northern region, and one of the best in the country. That is through the improvements of teachers, resources, as well as establishing proper laboratories for all the secondary schools. This is where we are, and we are establishing those. We've added extra classes. We've added 198 new secondary schools plus their classes, new classes, some of them renovated. Technical Training Institute in Biamado. We have invested 128 million shillings to put equipments. We have also invested 13 million for other infrastructures and water. We have put in about another 20 million for the services that is being provided for renovation, 22 million, I think it was, for renovation and a provision of better equipments for the college. Therefore, this is one of the other flagship that we have gotten for education for Wajir South constituency. We've invested in security. We have established new police posts. We have established offices for some of the police stations that actually did not have offices at all. We have established homes and houses for the police stations that we have got so far. That is an expansion of the security for our people. An extra addition of rapid deployment unit in Div and Guerrilla area is also an addition, where actually we have secured our borders, and that is through the help of the government and the support that we have gotten from the government.
Nachukua fursa niseme machache nikishukuru mheshimiwa ya constituency ya Wajir South Dr. Oomar Ali Sheikh ametufan ofisi na amejaribu sana, so tunasema ya kwamba aendelee kutusaidia, kutujengea.
Leo nimefurahia sana katika Lehele, vile tumeona leo ni furaha tele. Ofisi ya polisi ndio imefunguliwa na maendeleo mingi wameongea na watu wa Lehele wamepata bahati mzuri.
The MP's office, in partnership with the K Dr. Dip as well as local NGO Warda, launched programs to support women and youth in Wajir South. More than 1,300 groups comprising of the poor, the most vulnerable in the society, were each awarded 500,000 Kenya shillings. Projects worth 600 million have been completed, while a further 600 million programs will be done by the end of December this year. The projects address the daunting challenges on sectors such as water, health and education. Moreover, over 3,000 households benefited from the labor-intensive public works program. The program saw each household receive 3,000 Kenya shillings for a period of 6 months.
We want to ask the Speaker to take this important message to the President, to say that the people of Div were thankful.
The lawmaker also played a key role in the upgrading of Div and Sabuli as sub-counties. The new districts will help bring services closer to the people.
What we are also quite happy about within the 4 years is that the Div sub-county has been established. Div sub-county has been established and is one of the most important districts, simply because of the closer proximity to the border, about 3 kilometers to the border, which means that there will be economy, there will be inland revenue that will also be working through, and therefore we will be getting revenue through that border point. Further to that, Sabuli sub-county has also been finalized, and therefore I'm quite happy that these two districts that I have, in my presence, I've seen that these 2 districts have been operationalized. And that is thanks to President Uhuru Kenyatta's support for the people of Wajir South. And national government services and county government services will be closer to the people as these districts are operationalized. Youth will be getting employment. Now we've already so far gotten several youth being employed in military and other services, police services and all that. This has been established. It is also important to note that the district headquarters are going to be attracting the presence of various other government institutions that will be bringing services to the people.
In the water sector, Wajir South MP office dug 38 water wells as well as 13 boreholes. The construction of these water centers will help uplift the society since many of them are pastoralists.
Through collaboration with UNICEF and the local NGO Warda, we were able to get projects that was able to support water and sanitation, where we are actually providing water and sanitation to the various schools, to the health centers. That is being carried on. In March, the engineers teams will be on the ground, and they will be actually bringing fresh water from 18 kilometers, that is Garurah location, which is 18 kilometers to Dif. As Dif water is saline, that is where they're going to be getting their water from.
In more development, the lawmaker said a power program was underway in Habaswein to connect Lagbokol town to electricity. The MP also partnered with the Rural Electrification Authority to set up solar light in several towns.
We are launching the new transformers that are being put for the rural electrification. We are particularly at El Ado Primary School. Lagbokol will be getting power that will be pulled from Habaswein, and we expect that to be happening soon because the survey work and all that has been done. And once we have got all the other activities completed, the technical activities, then Lagbokol will start getting on that.
Inaan maanta halkan ka shaaci injineeradii way tageen. Injineeraan soo diray Habaswein laami 400 milyan inaan nationalka uga soo qaaday. Magaaladan Habaswein laami 400 milyan ayaa galaysa. Certificate-ka waxaan u dhiibayaa DCC-ga. Idinkoo arkaysaan inay bilaaban doonto laamiga isaga goordhow injineeradii imaadeen sameeyeen ayagoo sameeyeen muxuu ahaa ayagoo oo baarayo survey samaynayo. Gurigaaga jid hadduu marayo la soco waa inaad ogaataa jidka adi mudan ku yahay laamiga lagu soo marinayo. Marka magaaladan laamiyan ka dhigaya waa magaaladan ku dhashay.
On the construction of roads in Wajir South, Dr. Oomar outlined the ongoing construction programs in this interview.
Our collaboration with the national government and with the President Uhuru Kenyatta's government, the Kenha Road is now coming towards realization. And that is the road from Kulamawe or Cielo and Modogash all the way to Mandera. We have been discussing this for many years, but we have put so much pressure and effort to the government until we were able to get those facilities, actually those contractors getting on the ground and going ahead. The other important thing is about the 600 million shillings that is being invested in the tarmac within Habaswein sub-county, and therefore within the town, that is Habaswein town. So Habaswein town is being tarmacked, and that tarmac is going to be assisting the community to be able to be ferrying their patients to hospital easily, to be able to have access to various facilities within the town. The other important one is Kenha Road Class A has been established for from the border Dif to the border Moyale, and that means that it will be going through Wajir town. This means that the A class will attract considerable funding from the national government, and that is going to be having a good progress for the people, accessibility, development, economic progress.
Although health services are under the mandate of the county government, the lawmaker's office partnered with the county and the national government to address health issues in the constituency.
Also established and the finalization of the Dif sub-county hospital, which actually has attracted a tremendous amount of input from the national government. And we see that, the theaters have already been built, there are wards that have been built, and also we are establishing, facilities for the staff and the doctors that will be there. Therefore, that will be a sub-county hospital that will attract even people from our neighboring countries. As Steve is far away from all other corners of the county, it is an important venture and development. Burder Health Center has been established, and we have refurbished, and we have put that, and that's through the Equalization Fund of 2017. The other place that has benefited from those Equalization Fund are like Bokol Health Center, Sabuli Health Center, and the Jabula Health Center, and Salalma Health Center in Div. And therefore, these are the most beneficial things that I have liaised with the national government. And these are refurbished health facilities. New projects within those health facilities were also established. So that is where we are.
Noifaad Mohamud Toho wankuma musnaye magacaha jiro Sultan Mugdilayd Noifaad Mohamud Toho wankuma musnaye magacaha jiro Warun مدحيوذان مملكو دورني محمود عدو ومعهم بالشذا